looking into Trump's criminal trial.
This is not an easy task.
And how to protect the jury members. Alerts for Jewish communities.
Tidal wave of anti-Jewish hate.
After a pro-Palestinian protest takes place at an Ivy League. A senior prank gone wrong.
No, don't tell him. Don't tell
Frightening
him.
the community and warning parents. And a former baseball player seeks help.
One more day. That's all I ask.
To gain full MLB pension. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Samantha Gutierrez.
I'm Natalie LaRoche-Pietri. Today is Friday, April 19th, 2024.
Live from the Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Kaplan News.
Israel strikes back with a rocket attack into Iran. Escalations in the Middle East this morning as U.S. official confirms an Israeli strike near Isfahan, Iran.
The country activated its air defense system, according to Iranian state news. The United States Secretary of State denied U.S. involvement in the attack.
We had stated that we would not support an attack by Israel against Iran. Well, will we support Israel when Iran counter-retaliates?
The target of the attack was not nuclear, which is important because yesterday an Iranian commander warned that the country would reconsider its nuclear policies if Israel kept threatening its nuclear center.
This morning, the FBI remains on high alert for threats across Jewish communities after the New York Police Department detained dozens of pro-Palestinian protesters at Columbia University. As Jen Sullivan from CNN reports, this is happening ahead of the Passover holiday.
Pro-Palestinian protesters clashing with police outside Columbia University in New York Thursday. NYPD detaining more than 100 people on preliminary charges of criminal trespass, according to a law enforcement official. Wednesday, many of the pro-Palestinian protesters setting up tents and spending the night on this quad, a violation of the university's rules and policies. Columbia's president, Dr. Manu Shafiq, writing a letter to NYPD asking the department to help, quote, remove these individuals. The crowds growing larger as pro-Israel protesters joined in. All of this coming a day after President Dr. Shafiq testified in front of a congressional committee investigating Columbia's response to anti-Semitism on campus, something she's been criticized for.
Does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Columbia's code of conduct?
Yes, it does. Since Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, the Anti-Defamation League says anti-Semitic incidents on college campuses have tripled. In 2023, assaults, harassment, and vandalism against Jews shot up 140% compared to 2022.
We've seen a tsunami of anti-Semitism, just a tidal wave of anti-Jewish hate in recent years, and especially since 10/7.
As Jewish communities get ready to celebrate Passover on Monday, the FBI is warning of possible threats.
I want you to know that we at the FBI are closely tracking these very real threats that have your communities on edge, and we're actively hitting back at the perpetrators full force.
In New York, I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
12 jurors have been selected for Donald Trump's hush money trial in New York, but one has already been excused due to security concerns. Judge Juan Merchan exempted the juror because she was afraid her identity was going to be exposed. Experts say there's a risk that jurors can be scared away from harassment. As a result, it's expected that Judge Merchan will see many alternate jurors as backups.
A man and a woman in the Florida Panhandle faced the felony charges this morning after being accused of taping 2 losing lottery tickets together to make a fake winning ticket. According to the Escambia County Sheriff, the couple took the fake ticket to a Florida lottery office in Pensacola on March 1st. After investigating, deputies arrested Kira Enders and Dakota Jones. Both face felony charges.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis expresses his support for a new bill in the Florida House of Representatives. Bill 913 would allow schools to open their doors to voluntary champlains for a variety of faiths. With parents' permission, the chaplains would provide prayer, counseling, and operate religious programs for students.
To exclude religious groups from campus. That is discrimination.
But also imagine if you are an LGBT student or you're having a struggle with depression or anything, and someone isn't trained to deal with that, and they're just Joe Chaplin who comes in there, that can do more harm than good.
The governor also said that if the bill were to pass, he would fight against non-traditional religions that would attempt to put chaplains on campus.
As high school seniors wrap up their last few weeks of schools, some are pushing the limits of fun, playing a potentially dangerous game that is alarming residents near Twin Cities. WCCO's Kristen Mitchell has more on the senior pranks.
It's a game that can go from fun to frightening.
No, don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Fast.
Luckily, no one got hurt.
Mark Harris lives in the Brooklyn Park neighborhood where a terrified homeowner called police after seeing someone in their yard in camouflage holding what appeared to be a long gun.
Our officers take it very seriously. We have to. Every call like that is handled as if it's the real thing.
But in this case, it was a water gun held by a Champlain Park student playing senior assassins.
I think that as the times are changing and as tragedies have happened in our community that really kind of put everybody on edge, I think that this kind of takes a different form now for people.
When my son played it, he never made us think that anything was going to be dangerous. Of course, I don't know if parents actually realize how dangerous it could potentially be.
Or deadly. In 2015, 2 Lakeville South students died in a crash while playing the game.
The last thing we need is another issue where people are shooting projectiles, even harmless ones, at one another on the roadway. It's not the right place for this type of behavior.
In a note to families, Anoka Hennepin School District wrote in part, taking a proactive stance, it is requested that parents and guardians reinforce safe driving practices with children to ensure their safety and the safety of their friends.
Swing set, toys, we've got young kids in the neighborhood, and if we can slow the kids down doing stupid things, then all for it.
We'd really like to avoid a tragedy from happening, and that's really this is our attempt of trying to get ahead of that.
In Brooklyn Park, Kirsten Mitchell, WCCO News.
A major endorsement deal is in the works for WNBA star Caitlin Clark.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
One more day. That's all I ask.
What a difference a day makes is more than a saying for a man who's sitting a day short of a Major League Baseball pension. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
A former player decides to take a swing at earning an MLB pension. Gary Cooper, a former Atlanta Braves outfielder, missed out on a mandatory MLB pension by just 1 day. After that, Cooper was moved down to the minor leagues, never to return.
But as WJCL's Frank Sulowski reports, an online petition now seeks to rectify that, Sam.
One more day, just one more game.
It'll be wonderful if I can get, to that point to get that, 1 day in.
A day on a Major League Baseball roster is what 67-year-old Gary Cooper of Savannah is asking for from a team, from a sport he gave so much of his life to.
It was just crazy, man. I enjoy it, It's something that every kid want to do, play professional baseball.
Back in 1980, Cooper, a former multi-sport star at Groves High School in Garden City, achieved the dream of so many athletes. He got the call to the big leagues. This Georgia boy joining the Atlanta Braves.
I'm in front of 45,000 people, man. And it was crazy.
Cooper spent exactly 42 days on the Braves roster, 1 day short of qualifying for a pension from Major League Baseball. After playing in 21 games for Atlanta, mostly as a pinch runner and substitute outfielder, Cooper was sent back to the minor leagues, never to reach the sport's highest level again, never to reach that 43rd day needed to draw his pension.
He's gone through life kind of harder than a lot of people, and a lot of people with the same struggle. But he never stopped putting his foot one in front of the other.
Robert Jonas leading the fight to help Cooper. In addition to hiring Cooper to work in his landscaping business, Jonas creating a Change.org petition asking the Braves to give the Greater Savannah Athletic Hall of Fame member his one more day and give him a chance to support himself in his golden years.
He's supposed to be enjoying this time, so we're trying everything we possibly can to help him out.
I do my best, whatever it takes, base running coach or, bench coach or bullpen coach, either. It's something just to get that day in.
Just that one
more day. That's all I ask.
That was WJCL's Frank Sulkowski reporting. It wouldn't be the first time this kind of request was granted. In 1968, the Braves signed pitcher Satchel Paige when in his 60s to the coaching staff to help him get his pension.
Women's basketball's biggest star, Caitlin Clark, is in the talks for a multi-million-dollar deal with Nike. It has been a quiet week for Clark, as she recently was drafted first overall by the Indiana Fever in the WNBA draft. The deal with Nike is rumored to include a signature shoe, and she'll earn far more than the salary with the Fever. Clark has broken countless NCAA records, including the all-time basketball scoring record. You're watching Newsbreak. We're coming right back.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Natalie LaRoche-Petrie.
I'm Samantha Gutierrez. Get more news anytime at kaplannews.fiu.edu.